Good Saturday morning to Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich. This is your weekend outlook for October 12th and October 13th, 2013. We're going to start off with a radar review over the last 24 hours here, and we had some very impressive mesoscale deformation bandings that were setting up over the Harrisburg area, basically much of south central PA here in the lower Susquehanna Valley, and this is something that was not anticipated, and you know, a lot of these areas were expecting just 1 to 2 inches, and it ended up 8 to 10 inches in this area. And it's not something the models will pick up on in advance. It's one of those things you have to look at the radar, and if you see it setting up, you have to adjust fire midway through, which is what we did. You know, we got a lot of slack about this on our Facebook page about you know, you guys never totally blew this out here. Well, you really can't forecast in advance. It's a 1 to 2 hour in advance type of thing when you see it on the radar. And basically, what it is you have we had an east wind off the ocean, and the upper levels had winds going in a different direction. That creates added lift, and then you have a deformation band that continues to set up over the same area, and we had this training effect off the ocean. And I'll show you that here. We'll put this in motion here. You can see it just kept coming in off the ocean here, but you see these bands that just kept forming here and going over the same areas over and over again and over and over again. The same thing again here, and it's kept training over the same areas here. So that's why you ended up with these very impressive totals over south central PA, and this was not anticipated. So I just want to explain that first, what happened there and why we were dealing with such heavy rain here in the lower Susquehanna Valley. We're going to move ahead now. This is the GFS, and this is for Saturday morning. Now, we're expecting some, you know, some clouds and some drizzle to be around in some areas on Saturday. I don't think it's going to be an all-day thing here, and I'll show you why. First of all, there's a high pressure sitting way up here over here near Maine here, and here's a low pressure system, weaker now. It's 1014 millibars, and it's actually sitting right off the right just east of Norfolk here. So I want to move to the next frame here and show you why I don't think it's going to stick around all day with this drizzle. See these isobars here? These are lines of equal pressure. See how they're rounded here? These are all. This is where the high is. The high is still sitting up here. It's going to be moving to the southwest slowly, but see how it has like these, they start pointing right here. Like, instead of just being completely round like it is up here, it starts pointing down in this direction a little bit, kind of like an inverted U. This tells me that there's dry air that's going to be working in the mid levels from the northeast, and we should be able to see some breaks of sun and less in the way of clouds and drizzle. So you might get lucky Saturday afternoon where we have no precipitation whatsoever. We're definitely not going to be dealing with anything we're not going to be dealing with any kind of continual showers and you know, heavy rain like we saw on Friday here. But we're definitely that trend here where the dry air is going to be working in, and you can see that bowing here of the isobars, and that just means that the dry air is going to continue to work into the southwest. As this high pressure moves southwest, it's going to force this low pressure to move southward. Okay, and then we're going to look at the high-res NAM now. This is also starting off a Saturday morning. Now you see these little spotty little grays here. Not a big deal here, but this is just showing where some of this drizzle might be. And you know, it's going to be mostly in the valley areas where you would see this, and it's not going to be everywhere. So again, you're going to have, we think you have some breaks of sun on Saturday, and then even more so on Sunday. As you go through the rest of the period here, you get into Saturday here, you get some showers that are going to show up across south central PA here. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of our western portions of southeast PA do get into some shower activity. But for the most part, it's not going to be anything like it was on Friday. With that training of the storms that we're showing you earlier on the radar here. But then Sunday is looking nice, and we're not dealing with any precipitation whatsoever. Okay, we're going to get into, you know, this is the high pressure we were talking about sitting right over here with the Gulf of Maine now on Sunday evening. So, and this low pressure is now off the map. It's way down off the Carolinas here, or off the South Carolina coast. So now we're going to have this frontal boundary that's going to try to move through, but because this high pressure is going to be moving to the south here, and I'll show you this here. Here's 48 hours in the future. See how it's moving southwest here? It actually disrupts this frontal boundary here, and it takes away all the precipitation from it, because there's a lot of dry air continuing to work in our area here. So we're not talking about anything maybe but a few clouds that are going to move in here. But that's about it. and it's not going to be completely cloudy either. And then our next chance of precipitation is not going to come until Thursday, as we're dealing with the cold front that's going to be moving through with this as association with this low pressure moving through the Great Lakes into southeastern Canada. That'll be our next chance of precipitation, but at this point, it's not looking like that's going to be a big deal. It's coming in and out, and a few showers that may pop through, but not an all-day event, and not an all-day cloudy event either. I'm Eastern PA Weather 30 meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for the weekends. Saturday, October 12th, and Sunday, October 13th, 2013. Have a great one.